Hello, it's Monica, and I hope you have absolutely fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a 3D pop-up Christmas tree card. If you've never ever created this card style, I really hope you'll feel inspired and craft along with me because it is super easy to create. For my card base, I've got 6 by 12 inches white card. You can score it at 6, fold it and burnish it. Super quick and simple. If you want, you can decide to use a colored card and that will be perfectly fine. Now we're going to start decorating the card inside. And I decided to go with the red card first. So I've got two squares measuring 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 of an inch. And then from my mini Christmas collection that you can get for free on Buy Me a Coffee website, and I left the link in the description down below, I chose the design paper with beautiful traditional color stripes. And for this one, I will need two squares measuring 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. And when this is ready, I decided to embellish the inside a little bit more. Just to make sure I've got all the traditional colors for Christmas, I decided to create two squares using light green color. And these will measure 4 inches by 4 inches. And when they are ready, from the design paper, from my mini Christmas collection, I've got two squares measuring 3 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to put them together and then assemble them inside of my card. When this is ready, then we can create that 3D pop-up Christmas tree. And it is super easy to create. You don't need any cutting dies to do it. All you have to do is to have a compass, and this is very crucial because this way we're going to measure the angles properly. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So don't worry, it is really easy to do. And I decided to have darker green cardstock for my Christmas tree. As you can see, I'm going to use a ruler and also a pencil. I'm going to mark 1/2 inch and 5 inches from the very bottom. And I'm going to do it 3 times just to make sure I'm going to have a nice straight line when I join all those marks. So now I'm going to put them together using my pencil. And this way, I'm going to have a nice guideline how to create my Christmas tree. And when this is ready, I decided on the right hand side to measure more or less 1/2 inch. And this will be very crucial because where the lines meet at the very top, I'm going to put the sharp end of my compass. And that will be so much easier to maneuver. So now I've got my compass and I'm going to measure, let's say, 2 inches. I'm going to draw that quarter of a circle and I'm not changing the length. I'm just putting the sharp end where the lines meet, and this time I've got 3 exactly the same length lines. Now I'm going to do it again with a slightly bigger circle. I'm going to put the sharp point where the lines meet, and I'm going to put those marks here. Now I'm going to attach them together using my ruler, and this way it's going to be exactly where we want. So this way we're going to have 3 equal lengths. Now we're going to actually divide it by 2. So I'm going to put my sharp end here. I need to measure less than the length I've got, but more than a half of it. Now I'm going to make a mark at the top, at the bottom, and then put the sharp end where the lines meet and do it again. And you have to repeat the process 2 more times. So I'm going to put my sharp end where the line of my circle meets with the straight line. And then I'm going to open it a little bit less than the whole length and then more than half of a length. I know it sounds very complicated, but once you do it, it will be perfectly fine. Now I'm going to put those lines together. All I have to do is to go from the top corner. And this way, you're going to have 6 equal parts. And that's what we need to create that 3D pop-up Christmas tree. Now I'm going to measure 4.5 of an inch, put the sharp end at the top, and create that let's say a quarter of a circle. And as you can see, it also touches the lines. So I'm going to actually draw straight lines where the lines of the circle meet on those long lines. I know it sounds very complicated, but trust me, once you do it, it'll be super easy. So we're going to have very nice element here. And all we have to do is to decide where we're going to have the flaps to attach it to the card. So I'm going to start with the right-hand side corner. I'm going to draw the flap and then miss 2 spaces and then draw 1 more flap. And then you can decide if you want the flap at the top or on the right hand side. The choice is absolutely yours. Now I'm going to use my scissors to cut all the excess off. Super quick and simple. So as you can see, I'm going to have my flap on the right hand side. I'm going to follow the lines here, and then what we have to do is to fold and burnish all those collines. And my trick here is not to show the pencil mark. So all you have to do is actually do it the other side. And I'm going to show you my trick. So I'm going to use my metal ruler and I'm going to follow the pencil marks. So they will be inside of that 3D pop-up Christmas tree. Do you like pop-up cards? If you do, I really hope you'll give this card a go. It is very easy and it is very effective. Have you ever created a Christmas card with a Christmas tree in it? If you have, what did you use? Did you create a 3D tree or did you use some cutting dice? Please let me know in the comments down below. So today it is my final Christmas video. I know I wanted to have 12 videos, but I ran out of time. So today I really wanted to have something very special for you. That's why I'm finishing with that 3D pop-up Christmas tree card. And don't forget that in the description down below, I left the link to my 3 Christmas collection from Buy Me a Coffee website, but I also left the links to sentiments in Polish and English as well. Perfect for any Christmas makes. And you still have a little bit of time to create your beautiful handmade projects. So as you can see, this element is going to create a very beautiful Christmas tree. From one of the design papers in my 3 collection, I fussy cut all those bubbles. And I'm going to decorate that green element here, just to make it super special. And if that very top doesn't really go inside, all you can do is to use your scoring tool and actually put it inside, and that'll be perfectly fine. So as you can see, we're going to have that 3D effect that actually folds flat. And that was the idea behind this really cool card. So now it is time to embellish my Christmas tree. And just to make it even more Christmassy, I decided to add a little bit of gold color. If you do have hole punches, especially the small ones, they will be perfect. If you have stars, that will be just amazing. However, I don't have stars. So I decided to use very small circle punch from my stash and a scrap piece of gold paper. So yes, keep those small pieces because you can use them to create very nice effects on your cards. And I'm going to show you in a moment how I created it. When you embellish this Christmas tree, please avoid the scoring lines because if you attach that element here, everything will be stuck and it's not going to move. So if you have slightly bigger pieces, like I do have here, I only put the glue on the middle part. So this way it's going to float a little bit and that'll be perfectly fine. Now I'm going to use my gold card and a circle hole punch. And I'm going to add those circles here and there just to complete the whole Christmas tree. Super quick, simple, and very effective in the end. And when this is ready, I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. I do recommend not to use gems here because they have a little bit of dimension. So inside of the card will be a little bit damaged if you use them. But if you use gold paper and a hole punch, that will be perfectly fine. So as you can see, I had to create a couple more circles. if you do have a star cutting die, you can use it for the top of the tree. But in this case, I decided to use two gold circles as well. So all the elements are going to match. And I'm going to put one on one side where the flap is, and then the other one on the other one. And that will be perfectly fine. So when this is ready, then we're going to attach that beautiful Christmas tree inside of our card. And I'm going to show you my trick how to do it. So this tree measures 4.5 of an inch. Now you have to make sure the flap is on the left hand side and the other one is on the right hand side. So when you fold it, those score lines have to match the score lines inside of the card. So now I'm going to open that Christmas tree and put the glue on the flap. And when this is ready, I'm going to do it on the other side because I really want to make sure everything is lined up. So now I'm going to put the glue on the right hand side, put it inside, and now when you close the card, it's going to be perfectly fine. So the trick here is to open your Christmas tree, wait a little bit just to make sure the glue sets. Then you have to fold the card and burnish it really well. And give that glue a little bit of time, and the card will be nearly completed. If it doesn't work, you can add a little bit more glue and wait a little bit more. I wasn't very ready here. So the trick here is to make sure the glue is set. So now we can embellish the inside and the front of the card a little bit more. So here I've got the square measuring 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 of an inch. From my mini Christmas collection, I've got a square measuring 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. And these are exactly the same bubbles that I used to decorate the Christmas tree. Now I'm going to have a green panel just to embellish it a little bit more. And then the same design paper that I've got inside of the card. So all the elements are going to match. And here you can decide how big the square or rectangle is going to be. And in my mini Christmas collection, I also have lots of elements to fussy cut. And I really want to embellish the card with all of them. So I'm going to use beautiful presents, Santa, and holly leaves as well. What do you think about this Santa? Do you like it? Please let me know in the comments down below. And I also wonder how many Christmas cards have you created this year? Because today it is my last video of my Christmas series with fancy folds and pop-up cards. I'm going to take a couple of days off just to celebrate Christmas, and then I will be back with another amazing inspiration and actually something a little bit bigger coming as well. So stay tuned for all those things coming on my YouTube channel. And I really wanted to say a Merry Christmas to every single one of you. I really hope you'll have absolutely amazing time with your family and friends and celebrate the way you like it. And if you do have a Christmas tree, please let me know how did you decorate it. In Poland, we actually decorate the Christmas tree on the 24th of December, so I'm going to do it tomorrow. Now it is time for a sentiment, and these are for free on Buy Me a Coffee website, and I also left the links in the description down below, both in Polish and English. I'm going to use the red card, just the left over, and I'm going to assemble that sentiment here. And this way, everything is going to match. Do you like Christmas colors? Actually, what is your favorite Christmas color palette? I really like the traditional one. That's why for most of my videos in this series, that's what I'm using. Now it is time to add a little bit of gems here and there, and the card is going to be completed. You can write your message on the very back, and the Christmas tree looks amazing, doesn't it? So please let me know, what do you think about this pop-up card? Do you like it? Would you like to give it a go? I really, really hope you do. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I really wanted to say a very Merry Christmas to you. and your family. I hope you'll have absolutely amazing time. Happy crafting!